Alright, for context, Arsenal and United were in the midst of their rivalry. United had won the last 2 titles, including that treble. The team was largely the same, except Schmeichel basically, and were unbeaten so far this season. While Arsenal, trying to challenge them again, were missing Vieira for this game. Henry was in his 2nd season at the club, and at this point he was still quite raw. But he had just come off an excellent first season and Euro 2000. He would finish 4th in the Ballon d'Or this year, and there were a few signs that this guy might actually be something really special, something potentially beyond world class. And this game, and a particular moment in this game, I think definitely helped his case.
Field and play narrow and get involved centrally.
Bergkamp picking out Henry. Who tries to set a challenge. Manchester United hadn't overcommitted that time, and there was not that much room for an immediate Arsenal counter thrust, but with this from Henry, and the others wearing red and white were rather watching and admiring. Henry, what a goal! Inspiration for Arsenal from Thierry Henry.
Well, you waxed lyrical about Ryan Giggs in the FA Cup semi-final. Have a look at one of the greatest goals I've seen on this ground. That's deliberate, that's majestic. Sheer brilliance, sheer brilliance. That's all you can say about that piece of football from a talented footballer. Absolutely unsavable, absolutely magnificent.
Well, just imagine the conversation when the French squad get together, which they will after this match. Henry has left Barthez bewildered and beaten, and Arsenal lead through a magical goal.
Well, you'd need to have been 10 foot high to get any near to that, Mark, wouldn't you, as a goalkeeper?
Henry leaving Owen. Silvino, Kanu's in the centre. Bergkamp takes aim, but he's nowhere near the target.
Well, that's the best piece of attacking football that this match has produced. Great play up the left-hand side, Thierry Henry. Well, he's confident enough in a lead spell. Super confident now, lovely link-up play. Well, I expected him to hit the target, I have to say.
Beckham coming together with Grimaldi, that's what the crowd were yelling about. Silvestre, that's simple for Keown. Arsenal taking a leaf out of Manchester United's book, drawing them on and looking to hit on the counter-attack.
The only time Tony Adams stays down, Mark, is when he's committed a foul and he thinks, I'm trying to get away with this. Stay down for a moment.
Henry is down here, courtesy of Irwin, who has been booked.
I think that's a ploy they've tried to use, certainly from dead ball from long range, Matt. They've tried to get Henry on the side of Dennis Irwin. They obviously feel Henry can beat Dennis in the air, can control him.
Manager, one feels. Henry, Bergkamp need to get the better of Janssen. Ljungberg coming in, but this from Seaman. Referee looks at his watch. The last action of the first half. Thierry Henry has already scored some marvellous goals in his relatively short time as an Arsenal player, but today's effort, a real candidate for the pick of the bunch so far. Manchester United were making steady progress prior to that, but they go in at the break, a goal down to Arsenal at Highbury.
What does Alex Ferguson say about the goal? I mean, without seeing it replayed, it looked from here that the Man United players didn't do anything wrong. It was a piece of brilliance. Three people around them. Goalie's left stranded. Doesn't get any better than that.
It's wonderful.
Doesn't get any better than that.
But for Manchester United, the hope then is that, for the most part, they've been in charge.
Yeah, I mean, I would say they were bossing the midfield area without causing David Seaman any real trouble.
The first half was largely quiet outside of Henry's goal, but second half got more frantic as United pushed for a goal. They controlled the game and Henry largely played on the counter.
In a Premiership game, but their second half gets underway. Arsenal leading, courtesy of a truly memorable moment from Thierry Henry.
To lift the tempo of the game.
Henry. From the right-hand side, Henry was looking for him but took his eye off the ball in doing so.
To do that as yet.
You might be expecting Giggs to make a challenge on the Arsenal player on the ball. He was infield, and Henry, a give and go, great acceleration behind Ljungberg. Hear the howls of disappointment, those in the North Stand following Arsenal.
Yeah, his pace is frightening at times. Thierry Henry, and he looks second favourite for this ball. It's a little give and go, but Johnson suddenly is blown away here and is so unlucky.
Henry turns away from Silvestre. Far enough away though to be truly free to get in the cross. Silvestre gets the block in and it's a corner.
Well, that's what you need, that's what you want your front man to do, Mark. Your defenders have been under the cosh for the last 4 to 5 minutes, and suddenly they get a breather. Your front man wins you a corner all on his own. The substitution is concerned about the mounting pressure from Manchester United.
Henry. Silvinho got space to gallop into. Silvinho trying to find solidly away by Keown. Arsenal went to sleep a bit at the corner. Henry, you feared a bit for Dennis Irwin in those circumstances. Vivas. Arsenal looked at Henry again to bide him some time. Fowler. The worst ball. It's York, welcome on the scene again, broken up by Grimandi. Henry, Ronnie Johnson backpedals. Wiltor arrives at speed. Henry goes on. Here is Ray Parlour, but it needed instant control, and he who hesitates there in a game like this loses possession for sure. And Ray Parlour trying to get back now.
Tired legs, Mark must have played some part. He's rocked his socks off Ray Parlour. He's back, winning the ball back again. It's unlucky.
Keane, nothing left, so he goes through the centre. Beckham, in from Silvinho. Vivas, of course, a pretty experienced international with Argentina. It's his pass. Henry, out comes Barthez. Great tackle by Fabien Barthez.
Great starting position from Fabien Barthez. Fantastic goalkeeping. He knows his team are up on the halfway line, but look how quickly he arrives on the scene. Probably just catches Henry's right ankle, does he, as he comes through. Lands awkwardly as well.
Johnson, the auxiliary attacker. Luzhny used what time he had, which wasn't much. Scholes. 1 extra minute.
He just felt sure it has to go in. I never like to play football, but it's got to be. There are times in a football match when you have to take a chance and toss it in there. This was one of them.
Henry. It's a runner on the right-hand side. It's Nelson Vivas. We don't beat Manchester United without expending every drop of sweat, every ounce of energy. But they've beaten them. Arsenal raise their arms in triumph, no more so than the man whose goal has decided it. A goal of sufficient quality, worthy of being a winner of the momentous nature of clashes between England's top two.
So like I said, Henry was still raw. His playmaking, his touch, his general style wasn't quite what it would become later on. But I think this game was another big step towards his superstardom. There was obviously that goal which everyone knows, but also, I mean, he just showed his pure threat, which is something he always had. His ability to just go through defenses, make them look like butter. Dennis Irwin, by all accounts, was a great defender, but he got absolutely torched a couple times.
Manchester United's attempts at goal, 14, on target only twice. 5 from Arsenal, and for the most part were on the back foot.
Thierry, what do you remember of the goal?
I don't know, I just wanted to control that ball well, to turn into shot. That's what I did, and the ball went in the back of the net, and It was a strange goal for me because I used to play all the time with Fabien Barthez in Monaco and in the French team, and today I had to score against him, and we had to win, so it was very important to score that goal.
So well, it was just so good.
There's nothing to say.
You could admire it.
You know, I don't
Only
think
do
Alex can criticise his players for conceding that goal. You know, if you look at them, all appear to be in the right position. I think one camera shows there's 4 of them round the ball when he flicks it up. 4 United players round the ball when he flicks it up. And it's just that the goalkeeper's in the right position for me. It's just a piece of magic that sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say, yeah, well done.